Right, we're live, and we are into the game, and we will have a look at these team compositions, and we're going to see, from Junk, we are going to be seeing Thunderer, Kremlin, Des Moines, Nevsky, Petro, Summers, Smallland, and they're going to be countered by V0R with Ohio, Des Moines, Petro, Kleber, and the first Marceau that we've actually seen. Like, we didn't mention Marceau as being a potential pick, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. Like, this Kleber, and Marceau, that can be a very scary threat. It's the old Kleber wolf pack, but now with the flavour of Marceau involved too.
Looks like Marceau is rushing straight into B and both Clippers are going A. Whereas Junk are doing a fairly even AC split.
Yeah, so this Nevsky is probably going to be like, I'm just going to sit as far back as possible, wait for somebody to do some spotting, and then just pepper whatever you've spotted. That's his job. He is to just be really annoying on the bow of an enemy Petro. Let's quickly take a look over at the Marceau, who has managed to get himself up to the B cap. He's going bow in, very ballsy. Oh, he's making the turn now. But if he gets radared now, that's quite an
There
awkward
goes
position to be in.
Relex's radar. Renegade from War firing some very optimistic torpedoes. I'm assuming their RPF is implying something, and a lot of shots coming in at Kulishiku? Kulishiku.
He managed just to come out completely unscathed. Did he get a reset?
Wow. They did get the splash, but no actual damage.
Let's have a look where these torpedoes are heading. Nowhere particular. So he's just reversing.
He's got away with it.
He's reversing further into the cap. And what camo is he running? Oh, that's the perma camo, isn't it?
Yes, I think all these accounts are special,
Ooh.
so they've all got the permanent for their ships.
Torpedoes from Striver looking relatively okay, but no, the Mosso is just gonna be. I don't want to get any closer.
Velex is trying to blind fire. Okay, they've now radared for A. They've seen Twinkle Twinkle,
Oh,
little
yeah.
star. Now I wonder how they are.
V0R did manage to cap Bravo, and now they are working on capturing Alpha. No big hits on anything just yet. I don't think anyone's actually taken any damage. There's been lots of shots out, but nobody's actually hit anything.
No one's actually hit anyone yet. Still no damage on Twinkle Twinkle, but at the moment, Vora 2 caps up.
Yep. They are going to be sending their small and into the trolley cap.
Get into position.
We've seen some wild crossfire. And we might see the first damage of the game.
But is it going to be... Oh, Way? Is Way going to take a hit? No.
Very tentative start. The Kleber.
I've never seen this many salvos from teams of this caliber not hit anything. First damage on Scriber.
Oh! Big hit on WX.
Wait, whoa. Oh, Jesus. Was that an Ohio? That has to have been Ohio.
It came from the Ohio and the Petro, yeah.
Ooh,
So there goes that theory about not much damage, but that's he's in a very vulnerable position now. This smoke screen isn't going to last forever. There is a radar out. They do know that they've just triple citadeled him, or however much he did.
Yes, that is a serious hit.
Yanil is about to be held off by the Kleber, so we might see some YOLOing about to happen on Finks as well.
I mean, Finks is in a dangerous position. He's got to make that run to the island, but he's got to run the gauntlet of an Ohio and a Des Moines on his broadside. And even if he gets there, that Kleber's waiting for him.
It's only the Des Moines that has shots at the minute. I think the Ohio has the island in the way.
Way is now getting some solid hits into the Des Moines of Diva Ritz. But for already 140 points up.
Finks does know about Twinkle Twinkle around this corner. His radar is currently active.
Oh, cross shots coming in from the Ohio in the middle at Junk. They are lobbing that, dipping the island. Point is now engaging the central Ohio. And the Smaland of Kulishiku is now contesting Scriver.
So a quick look and see if that, yeah. WX is just falling back. He realizes he's in a bad position, but Finks is being farmed down very rapidly, and I don't know if there's very much he can do about this. He is not in a position to reverse, and he's just going to get focused down. Big hits onto him.
Finks. Yep.
Shots in it was broadside, didn't quite clear the island. Fire. We might
Under
be
a
about to see the
serious
first death of the
disadvantage
game.
now. Vor's use
Double
of the
fire.
fast DDs. I think this is it
Finks
for
is
Fink.
down.
An ignominious start.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but we'll go with that.
It's a bad start.
Right, Wax has managed to get himself at least safe around the back of this island. So let's take a look over at the Charlie Cap. We do see just casually blocking each other. It's the Marceau versus the Smart.
I mean, Vor are currently sitting on twice as many points as Junk, with no obvious kills to grab.
I mean, Vlex is pushing up aggressively. I'm not sure what his current plan is, but
I get the feeling it may be a do or die situation for them.
I mean, he is safe from crossfire from the Des Moines. The Des Moines is out of range. The Ohio can't get around that corner.
But then again, this is...
Oof, Junk just took, like, Point just took big hits on that corner there.
As we know, the SEA meta often is to play it safe.
And it seems to be working.
Absolutely.
Twinkle Twinkle got himself into that island. This is the island that we were recommending for a Des Moines or a radar cruiser, but it's been equally well played by just having Killerbin there with the potential YOLO threat. And how do you stop a Killerbin rush? With great difficulty. Like, a Des Moines rushing around the corner, it's big risk. Like, you can sit down through the bow.
Rushing you, you need to know he's there, and you need to make sure that your teammates have shots into them.
Yeah. So, this Killerbin on this island, I really like this strategy.
I mean, exactly, like, Yanil can't do much, because if Yanil pushes in to try and contest the cap, he gets into a crossfire with Twinkle Twinkle pops out. Diva Ritz doesn't have to do much, because he's got Fourth Chronicles and Twinkle firing. He just needs to spot with the radar. But at this stage, Vor on double the points.
And a lot more HP as well. We do see the Ohio from Vor is just slowly...
Annie.
Yeah, these names are complicated.
Yes.
Shriver is going to make his way into the Bravo cap for Junk and see what he can do there.
Way is getting chipped down by Fourth Chronicles, down to 17k. Granted, he was at 3k at one point, but he's still not in a strong position.
Torpedoes towards the Ohio in the center, all looking really dangerous. Actually, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 torpedoes on the just 4, just 4. I say, yeah, they are smiling torps.
Exactly. So, while it stung, it didn't hurt.
I mean, I think he did take a flood. He will have Damak on that. So if they get some focus fire, maybe we get a couple more fires burning. Shots out onto Shriver. I don't even know if he was radared right now or not. Well, or is this blind fire?
I don't know. But Vor win in 5 minutes 50 now since Scriver's managed to get into the cap and contest.
Do get a couple of fires onto the Ohio from Vor.
The problem is that Junk can't push through C because of Adolphus Aspherolius. The Petro on the 10 lane.
Yes, this one.
Is in a excellent position to interdict any aggressive play, which is where Junk have got most of their ships. Unless Way and Iceman are going to take a brave pill, they are in serious trouble.
I mean, it is a Kremlin. He has a lot of health, but it's a Killerbin, and I don't think he has the alpha without doing a full turn.
If he can get all 12 torps, a Kleber can dev strike a Kremlin.
Yeah, but getting all 12 torps is a big ask.
Yes, especially, but Way is still turned the wrong way around, and Petro is not that fast a cruiser, so we don't know how long it will take him to turn around if he's going to support Iceman.
Vlex taking big hits, as well as the pushing forward the Thunderer. Thunderer is not what you want to be pushing in, but it's do or die at this point.
Yep. Iceman's also beginning his push in.
Big shots out on the Marceau.
Yep, they've got him spotted. Any torps on Dark Temple? 1 from Smaland. Who knows, maybe Yanil's torps will connect. Marceau down to half health.
Look at the focus fire coming in here.
They need to take out Dark Temple. He's what's preventing them from making sure they can secure B. 4 win in 4 minutes.
That is a lot of crossfire onto this guy.
Yep, but Villex and Redson are suffering in kind. We're seeing just how resilient a Petropavlovsk is.
Torpedo hits onto Vlex there. Not doing a hell of a lot, but, you know, every little helps.
Yes.
Is he flooding right now? No, he's damn con, if any.
Do not think so. The question is, can Villex go dark?
Can Dark Temple go dark?
I don't think dark can. They've even got Scriver opening up on him.
They have torpedoes coming in with broadside.
Take him down. Iceman having to give broadside to the Ohio to get across. Ooh, is Dark going down? At the moment, V0R win in 1:30. Junk need to get back in that cap and get some kills going.
Is Dark dark? Dark is not dark.
I
No,
think
Dark
Villex
is dark.
Down to 1900 health. If Villex goes down, it's basically it.
He has managed to get himself nicely behind the island. There is torpedoes coming out with his back end. Oh, there he goes.
There he goes. And Dark Temple managed to get away. I think it's all over for Junk. V0R here using a both very aggressive and very passive playstyle. Very aggressive with their destroyers, using the speed that the French DDs provide to grab those caps early on.
They are going to try and get the Summers into the cap. They need it right now. That is their only option. They need to block all 3 caps and try to make a play here. But it's Killerbin versus Ohio and...
yeah, and Yanil will have to run 2 cruisers worth of radar.
He's also turned out.
Scriber's taking heavy fire. Redson's down to 16k.
Yanil not looking too good. There we go.
And that's it.
So, map 1 is going to be taken by V0R. Let me just update the overlays for you. So let's have a look and see what the next map is going to be. But before we do that, what do you think could have went better there? I think not taking a full broadside from an Ohio in the Petropavlovsk might have made things a little bit more palatable for Junk over on the ACAP, but that was a nasty hit.
That was absolutely a nasty hit.
Like, from there, that cap was lost, and it allowed some repositioning from V0R, so they could just send all the forces that they were supposed to be supporting the bottom of C with. They could now get a firmer grasp around B, block that ever being recapped. V0R didn't manage to force. Junk didn't manage to force enough ships into the caps, and they just got bled out on points. They only lost a couple of ships, but the points were just not ticking for them. And this is the problem.
Yes, the use of the 3 French DDs to grab the caps as quickly as they did very much put the ball in V0R's court straight from the get-go, combined with the massive hit on the Petro from Junk and killing their Des Moines. It was an uphill battle the entire game.
So our second game is going to be played over on Loop. And, well, let's just give you a map introduction video first, and we'll give you our thoughts after that.
Along the Portuguese coast lies a crossing of sea lanes critical to the survival of opposing fleets. Surrounded by towers of crimson sedimentary rock in the expanse of the blue Atlantic, these 2 fleets will soon engage in trial by combat, where only one team can claim victory. This is Loop. Loop is a unique map in that every single capture area has an island smack in the middle. To the west, the island in the center of Capture Point Alpha is tall enough that it will handily provide shelter for ships seeking to hold down the cap until the enemy team can work ships far enough forward to sneak shells around one end or the other. The same can be said for Capture Point Charlie in the east. The island that dominates Capture Point Bravo in the center provides much less cover than those on the flanks, and is more likely to be contested from radar cruisers lurking near the islands along the edge of the zone. In fact, every single capture zone on Loop has islands near enough to provide hard cover for radar-equipped cruisers, making capturing any one of these zones extra challenging. Games on Loop may very well come down to a single mistake that allows one team to pick up an early kill and give them an advantage in firepower. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Loop.
Screen. So we were just having a quick discussion about Killerbins and Marceaus and that while while we were all while we were showing the map video to you, and Killerbin brought up a point that we don't really see EU play for all the quick caps, and I was like, well, we did use. I've seen Junk run quadruple Killerbin comps before. Or was that enough? I can't remember. I remember it being on Tears of the Desert in the previous season, where they ran a 4 Killerbin wolf pack and just ran people down. But I think these Killerbins were being paired as torpedo boats, so it's instead of using the gunpowder of Killerbin, they're just using its raw speed and the French engine boost and the saturation and probably the legendary module to get the conceal in.
Yes.
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 But yeah, I probably expect to see more Killerbins in this map, to be honest with you. There are so many islands you could rush around the corner of, and we just saw so many shells just going just shy of all the different Killerbins. Like, there's a lot of potential for YOLOing, and like, all around all of these islands. Every single cap is completely surrounded. And it's like, yeah, you can radar them, but Petro isn't the best in the way of DPM, and apparently we're getting into a game, so let's
Yeah, indeed.
let's take you on into that screen. I don't know which way around the teams are for this one. I think it's the same spawns. I'll take you in a second once we load. Wonderful. My training room does not show the lineups as I load in. I have to actually.
Okay. Well, I can tell you.
Oh, give me a second. There we go. Right, so from Junk, we are going to see Ohio, Thunderer, Des Moines, Petro, Killerbin, Smarland, and once again, from V0R, we are going to see Ohio, Des Moines, Petro, a Stalingrad this time, but again, the Killerbin, and the Marceau, the triple destroyer composition.
Battle starts.
Meanwhile, Junk have swapped their Sommers for a Killerbin. Were they feeling they were a bit too slow to the camps?
I mean, yes and no. The thing is that they used the Killerbin, sorry, the summon specifically on that map is for you smoke down across the top of the air cap. That gives you line of sight blocking for your Des Moines to get behind the island if you want to take a very aggressive path to it.
And we saw how V0R saw that and countered it dramatically.
Yeah. I think that comes down to a misplay, if anything, though, rather than countered.
I mean, credit must be given to the Ohio's gunnery.
Yeah, of course. But even being spotted, and I think he must have shot at someone looking for a cheeky broadside or something, and then just got punished heavily for
I
it.
think the Klebbers were spotted because the Klebbers were capping. Tried to get a decap on the Killerbin, and the Ohio
Yeah.
took him for it.
So basically the great debate.
Yes. Was Finks benched? Someone saying... No, Finks was not benched.
Yeah, but Fink's being benched as a meme at this point.
Yeah,
He's now in Des
exactly.
Moines.
So they've got Killerbin from Junk about to run into Killerbin and Marceau. This could get very dangerous for Scriver.
It could also get very dangerous for the Marceau and Killerbin, because there are some preemptive torpedoes.
Yep, and...
But the thing is, like, you can't really tell the
Effects has
prediction.
made it in.
Oh, they are spotted.
Yep, incoming.
So we can tell which of these is legendary and which aren't just by the reload at this point, because they're all going to be trading heavily with each other.
Okay, so Renegade from V0R has dodged the torps. So has Cooler. Question is, with 2 DDs there, are they just going to send one around and trade with Scriver so Junk go down a DD and V0R still have 2?
We definitely see something happening here. Looks like you're going to sit and proxy spot him through the island and hopefully get some crossfire onto him. Renegade's going to be taking a wider route, possibly looking for a backhand on him. We are going to see that the Charlie Cap has flipped in the favour of V0R. The Smalin of V0R is reversing, getting some shots onto him, but he is going to be taking some crossfire in return, most likely from the Ohio and Co. A little bit of damage.
But the V0R are also going to grab B with a Des Moines. Backed up by Mia from the Ohio.
VLX will have radar coverage over that, I think. Let me just double check that. Yeah, well within range. It's just, and you can get some crossfire in from Finks. Wait, is Finks in range? Finks is definitely not in range. The Petropavlovsk give way. Nope, is anybody in range to reset? The Ohio is. I'm sure Iceman will get a reset in if he wants.
The Des Moines from B is trying to hit FX.
Oh, nice little chunk onto Diva.
Renegade is now round to get shots onto FX. The question is, are Away and Finks going to try and rush a Kleber and a Marceau, while Iceman tries to deal with the Des Moines in B? Yanil taking quite a lot of damage from Twinkle Twinkle, probably under radar from Buki.
Did he take a top?
No, that's just gunnery hits, but he may take a top here. Note the torps run out, but he can't get close enough with Twinkle Twinkle holding there. Junker again, 2 caps up at the start.
Do you see some trading? A lot of damage on the Renegade, and some mild tickling on return into Finks.
I think I'm going to have to try and turn a flank here.
Srira is getting shot at by the Des Moines, so let's see how that one works out for him. There's a nasty little crossfire angle going over here with the proxy spotting from here. The Marceau's just getting himself a little farm in on the Des Moines. Quite a nice arc over that island.
Are we going to see a 10-line push from Snack and Point?
10
Radar again from Dark Temple as Yanil tries to grab C.
He's big hit onto the Des Moines in the middle of B. He's now down to 50% health.
That would have been probably Iceman.
Shots out at Twinkle Twinkle. The DDs are trading over here, but it's just, look at this. He's just like slowly edging out of the way of it. It's the old I'm dodging by barely moving at all. These two just in a permanent state of I'm spotting you.
Ritz has managed to escape, but he's on 12k. If he reveals himself again, he is a potential target. But Junk are taking C back.
Yeah, Neil popping a radar just to see if the Kleber is coming for anything brave. I think Yanila is going to take this for Junk, so that'll at least even up the caps, but they have ticked quite heavily in the favour of V0R already.
130 points in V0R's favour. Dark Temple now under concentrated fire of Point and Snackman. But I don't think Snackman's going to be very careful how he plays this because he can't risk opening up his angle to the Stalin of Buki. And if he gets up to that island, there's not a lot stopping Twinkle making a rush. Shots out from the Thunderer of Junk at Dark Temple. Yep, they are just constantly radaring Point and Snack to make sure they know if that Kleber tries something. Nil opening up on Twinkle.
Couple of fires up the Dark Temple.
Yep.
Just slowly burning him down. So
Snackman and Point need to make this happen before V0R can redeploy a battleship to the sea flank.
I think Twinkle's about to go for it. Nope, he's just stopped.
He doesn't have to. He just has him
to
sitting there.
Yeah.
Keeps Snackman in the open for that exact incident. Buki just whacks him for 10k. Snackman's now left with the choice. Does he try and reverse? Which is probably death. Or does he try and push up to the island? It's also probably death because Twinkle's too healthy.
We do see the Petro of VLX going into B. Gonna try and sneak that one. Get some points taken back in their favour. But right now he is blocking, so the only point income right now is in the favour of Junk.
Yep. Right, so Snack's down to 14k with Temple at 23.
Snack's down to 3k.
Oh, Temple just took a hit. He's down to, I think Snackman's dark.
Oh, let's switch to camera view. Yeah, Snackman is dark right now.
Is exactly what he needs. They need to trade. Okay, I think Twinkle's trying to get spots on Snackman for them to try and kill him. But now Redson's made his presence felt.
Yep, Redson just slowly pushing his way. Does he have shots on that Des Moines?
Possibly. But that Des Moines will have legendary mod. And
This is
will
true.
just be able to get away. Villex going back into B.
The standoff over on the Charlie cap is still, I mean, Alpha cap is still exactly where it was 5 minutes ago.
Yep. Oh, Redson giving broadside to me. This could be bad. Ideally, Redson needs a radar from Villex to see Diva. Because he can't keep pushing because of Buka's Stalin. Buki's Stalin. Dark's back up to 14, 15k, but so is Snackman.
They are
Villex is engaging Cooler over at the A cap.
Is that the two destroyers, or are they just
That's
staring at
the
each other?
Marceau. That's Petro from B shooting at Marceau in A. Doing
Oh, I
some
think he's going
damage.
for it. He's going for it. He's going for it.
Who's going for what?
The Marceau's going for the YOLO on the Killerbin.
Okay, this could get
Oh,
interesting.
nope. They're both just going to stare at each other.
But that's a serious problem for Ooh, Snackman goes down to Dark Temple.
We missed that. Sorry, I was busy looking at the two dancing DDs. Where was that?
He was backing up, and he was. I get the feeling that.
Ah, that was
Twinkle
over
backed
at
up to get a
D10.
spot. Yes.
They just threw torpedoes at each other's bows and both missed. Sriver is looking in a very uncomfortable situation right now.
Oh, Finks. What's Finks doing?
What is Finks doing?
He's putting pressure on Cooler. Big hits. But Chronicles has just opened fire. And Renegade is trying to get round the back of him. Way needs to push up to cover Finks' rear. Torpedoes at Twinkle. They have missed.
That's over in the background there. Oops. Radar out from Finks. He's going to get more shots in towards the Killerbin. Oh, the Marceau, sorry.
I mean, that Marceau is sort of stuck between a Des Moines and a Petro.
Yep. More tickly hits on the bow.
Driver's also
Slowly
taking
chipping
hits
them down.
from Renegade. Shots out at Finks from the Ohio.
I thought it was the Ohio shells there. They didn't do very much, but the Killerbin of Renegade. How did he get smashed?
Striver relay boosted him.
He's still burning double fire. He might go down.
He might, and if he does, I would have Way pushing behind Asp. Ooh, massive hit from Fourth Chronicles.
On two. Finks?
Finks. That was about 40,000 hit points.
We were looking at the other side of the island, so we slightly missed that. We were seeing if Renegade went down. Renegade did survive. He's on 830 health. Everything over on this flank is hanging on a knife edge right now.
Yep.
It's a powder keg ready to blow.
5,800. Twinkle's managed to take C, though.
So he has.
Mia is trying to get shots into Finks from the middle. Red Sun and Villex are trying to focus him down. Iceman's making a play now. Not entirely sure what his end game is, because he is pushing into the crossfire of two Ohio class battleships.
WX just not getting involved with much right now.
No. The aggressive playstyle in me wants him to push Renegade and take him out. Yanil goes down to Dark Temple.
That was the small and over at sea.
Yep. So C is now firmly in Vol's control.
This is the thing. I've been too busy focusing on this flank and just completely forgot about this because this is all bounced on a knife edge.
I mean, it was, but now I think it's inevitably turning towards Vol's favour again. They grab those caps early and make you force...
Oh, Iceman. Iceman.
That, ooh. And he's not going to get cooler. Cooler down
He
to
got a hit on
800
him,
health,
but not
cost
enough.
them an Ohio, a full health Ohio to not even finish off a Marceau.
Yeah.
This is not looking good for Vor.
Finks needs to make a
Sorry,
break
this is
for it to
looking
try and kill
excellent
both.
for Vor.
Like, if Finks makes a break for it, like, he can kill both those DDs, but he needed to do that a while ago.
No, wait, no, Way's pushing. He's going for it.
We see the Marceau go down.
Marceau. Yep.
Renegade going to beach himself a little bit further. Striver is going to start taking the A cap now. We do have the DLX blocking the B cap, and then over at Charlie, they don't need it just yet, but they will need some more points soon. Junk Point is sat there just getting crossfired by a Petro, but he might be able to make a play at some point. He can probably reverse out, get himself into the A cap.
There's talks from Renegade.
The C cap.
Way's seen them and is turning accordingly.
He can ram in the. He can roll around this corner, take out Renegade. I don't think he wants to try and trade with the other Petro though. But he actually, if you trade 2 for 1, sure, why not?
Yeah, it's a case of kill Renegade, ram Asp, or at the very least force Renegade into Striver.
They do have the Ohio sitting waiting.
Yes, they do, but a Petro bow on is relatively resilient, even to an Ohio.
That's a lot of angle he's showing.
Asp is going for the ram. He's 100% going for the ram.
Finks is there to get some shots into the broadside on him as he comes
in a
around.
position.
Finks is reversing.
Way's and he's stuck. Way has to try and get round and kill Renegade.
Did he get the shot off? No, he did not.
No, he didn't. This is really not looking good for...
Striver can rush the Ohio.
Not on that health.
Sure, on that health. Because the Ohio's going to have his guns turned towards the Des Moines.
Even his secondaries will be enough. And Renegade will be shooting at him.
Well, if Renegade shoots, then he's screwed as well, because you've also got Finks on that side. Like, the plays can be made here.
Redson took a top in the middle. He's in a 4-on-1.
I think Point might be trying to help him with some little strategy here. I'm not sure what, but let's have a look at what's happening over here. We do see the radar coming out. Just going to spot the Killerbin, not actually do much about it. So the Ohio is now blocking the point income for Striver and the AFK.
Yep. The Redson's in a nasty position.
Yeah, Redson is being very quickly whittled down.
Redson will die here.
Point is pushing up. He might be able to get himself into the Charlie cap now.
Problem is, Junk have no points income right now. And they're about to lose Redson. There we go.
Yeah, they need to shove Point into that cap now, and they need to try and make the play onto both the Ohio and the...
That turn. Point is not getting into the cap.
Chronicle rushing the Killerbin. The torpedoes are out. HE load. Oh, there we go. That's the end. And Vor's going to take it 2-0.
Convincingly 2-0.
Yeah.
Those early caps are vital.
So, what would you say was the main... Wow, my UI is broken right now. Anyway, so what would you say was the main cruxes of this game? What broke everything? What was the key factor? Not getting those kills on those low health French DDs.
Yes.
It was all focused on that. These DDs were on such low health for such a long amount of time. They need to make a play on them a lot earlier than they did. When they finally did make the play, all they happened was got a ram and the Ohio just forced himself in. Over on the far camp, I think they just flat out lost the DPM trade and the spotting trade.
Yes. Yes, they absolutely did. The Smaland was incapable of contesting the Kleber sufficiently.
It was a painful experience for everyone else. So let's quickly take a look at what else has been happening over in the tournament.
From what I've heard, in